everyone, and welcome to my review for Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep is a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. This movie, I know Flanagan has said that it was really hard to do because you had the fans who loved the Kubrick movie and then fans who loved the King book. Now, if you don't know, Stephen King does not like Kubrick movie. Flanagan had to find the right balance between King's approval and the Kubrick estate. And I think he did a really good job. And they have said that both Stephen King and the Kubrick estate really like this movie. And I also really like Flanagan. Like, I really liked Oculus. His Ouija prequel I thought was really good, far better than the first one. Haunting of Hill House was amazing. Midnight Mass was really good. But this was my first Flanagan movie. I think he did a really, really good job. I'm someone that likes the movie, but knows it's nothing like, it's like far from what King had written. And from what I've heard, King wrote a script for Kubrick's movie that Kubrick just tossed in the trash. Yeah, I think Kubrick was a very talented director, but not a nice guy. I appreciate directors that take the craft very seriously, but not to the extreme of abusing the actors, treating people like garbage. That's where I draw the line. This movie, it finds a really good balance between the movie and the book. The ending in this movie is changed to the ending of The Shining book, which I think works really well. I think Ewan McGregor is really good. McGregor's good in everything, even the Star Wars prequels. I think he was the only good thing in that. This does have the style of Flanagan all over it. I mean, if you watch this and then go to like Hill House or Midnight Mass, it's got a style all over it. I think this movie, to me, wasn't scary, but it was freaky in places where with like Hill House, there was legitimately moments that were like, yeah, this is a no for me and legitimately scared me. I think this movie, it works really well. You can watch the movie, then watch this, and if you're more familiar with the movie, you may find this like, hey, why is this different? It's like, well, read a book. The scene, my favorite scene in this movie is when adult Danny, or Ewan McGregor, goes back to the Overlook. And he goes to the bar. And sitting in the bar is a glass. And the bartender is Lloyd the bartender. But it looks like someone very familiar. And we can see like, oh my God, we know who that is. And I'm just going to say it. It's the spinning image of his dad, of Jack. Now, I keep telling this to people that that's not CGI, that's not really Jack Nicholson, that is Henry Thomas. And he honestly looks like Jack Nicholson. And that scene where Danny is not only facing his addiction with alcohol, he's facing his father, is just really intense and just has you on the edge of your seat. And especially the parts where Lloyd is just like, I'm just a bartender. And then it's Danny's line that's a man takes a drink takes a drink, then a drink takes the man, and it's so, Dad. And once he says that, Lloyd then becomes Jack and says like, well, alcohol is actually medicine. The mind is a blackboard and this is the eraser. I love that dialogue. Finding out that Flanagan also wrote the screenplay to this was just amazing. Well, also Flanagan writes pretty much all his own stuff. So this movie is just really good and just really, really good. Just really good. When I first saw this, it was definitely like, oh my God, this is amazing. Then it's down to my rating would be a great. I think this is not as good as like Flanagan's other stuff, but then it's not even the same ballpark. This, he's tackling a Stephen King story that he also has to blend in with Kubrick's movie, where with the I think Flanagan has said this, that the Shining movie is fire. This movie is cold. The Shining movie is about addiction. This is about recovery. And I think he does a really great job with it. They explain more of like what The Shining is, which is really good. So yeah, this is a really, really good movie. At times, I didn't even compare it to the original because it felt like a completely different movie. Until I was like, oh yeah, that's right. This is a sequel to The Shining. I forgot about that. But it's really good. Highly recommend this movie. And great film. So that is my review for Dr. Sleep. Hope you like the review. Comment below on what other movies you want me to check out. And I'll see you next time.